Am I the asshole for making my daughter cancel her date? I'm a single dad and have been for about 9 years now. My daughter is 13 and is the single greatest thing to ever happen to me. About a week ago she said that this boy in her class wanted to know if she would be up to grab pizza on that Saturday. We don't really do anything for Thanksgiving, so, logistically it worked out. She agreed to it. When she told me about this, I said that I wanted to meet this guy. She immediately got annoyed and asked why. I said that if a guy is asking my daughter out, I just want to be able to put a face to a name. I promised her it was not going to be some goofy dad interrogates boyfriend and acts all scary shtick. I told her to tell him I wanted to meet him and just say, hi. She tells me she's told him. Saturday comes and I see her heading towards the door. I tell her to hold up and ask where her date is. She says he's outside and that they're going to bike ride to the pizza place. I ask why he's not coming to the door. She first tells me he's nervous and doesn't know what he'd say to me. I told her that, nice to meet you, is a good start. Her story changes and she tells me he just doesn't see why I have to meet him. I reiterate my why to her and ask her to go get him. She breaks down and tells me that she lied to me. She never told him I wanted to meet him because she thought it was stupid that I wanted to meet him. I told her to text him that the date was off. She said I wasn't allowed to do that. I asked her again to tell him. She started getting teary-eyed, texted him, told me I was mean and that she hated me and went to her room. When I told my sister what had happened, she thought I was in the wrong and said I should have let my daughter go on the date. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole if she can't handle asking him to meet her parents. She isn't mature enough to be alone with a person you don't know. Just so you are aware, everyone saying that you shouldn't casually meet who your 13-year-old child is hanging out with, date or not, these are the folks you want to be wary of. If this friend refused to meet you, or your child refused to let you say hello, then your parent instincts were correct. Wow, can I just say wow, the people on here. This is a scary thread. Not the asshole. You're being a good dad and watching out for her and she doesn't see it now, but she will in the future. She shouldn't have felt like she needed to lie. I would say that if she continues to be dodgy about not letting you meet this kid that likes her, then try to ask why. Not the asshole. The shotgun shtick would have been asshole behavior, of course. But I think it's just good parenting to meet who your child, of any gender, is going to hang out with and make sure they seem safe, etc. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend to not call my dogs by nicknames? I, 27M, decided to take over my family's farm about a year ago, but I've been dating my girlfriend 24 for 6 months now. When I took over the farm, I knew I wanted to get 2 dogs that were great protectors, so I got a Rottweiler, mainly for guarding, and a Maremma sheepdog, who does the most of the herding. Needless to say, both dogs have important jobs and I always need them to be alert and aware in their training for the safety of themselves and the other animals on the property. That includes not treating them as pets. Recently my girlfriend has been calling my dogs by 2 distinctive nicknames and it's really bothersome. She calls my Rottweiler Rumprost, and my Maremma, Jelly, which are not their names. She has also been petting, cuddling up to them as you would to a cute little puppy or something. I understand that she loves them and the nicknames are out of love. But again, these dogs are not to be treated as pets, they are workers. I explained this to her and told her that if she couldn't understand where I was coming from, I really couldn't have her over anymore and we would have to continue to see each other outside of the farm. This made her upset in a sad way. She was really sad when she had left, and I felt bad. I tried to explain my reasoning and side of things to her and even asked my lil sis for some advice. But my sister said that I was the asshole here because my girlfriend is just a great person who cares for the animals as much as I do. Which is true, so I get where she's coming from. But I also need these dogs to stay trained as farm dogs. Am I the asshole? Hi. I own several dogs and have fostered and trained many more. Some have jobs, some don't. But I've never seen a dog less functional at its job for receiving more love. My AITA is my guard dog. It's smart enough to know when it's go time no matter what cuddles he's getting. My Borgie, Border Collie, Corgi, is a herder, and never was less effective at herding for being called a pretty little bean. You are the asshole. Working dogs aren't supposed to be on 24/7. I don't think you really know what you're doing. You are the asshole. Am I the asshole for taking my friend to a small operation instead of my husband? I, 30F, love my husband, 27M. He's charming, quick-witted, handsome, funny when he wants to be, and is the type of person everyone is drawn to. I was the one to ask him out, to say I love you, to kiss him, to plan our dates, to file the paperwork. He's not particularly affectionate. I think he wouldn't have proposed to me had his family not expected it. Nevertheless, I'm very happy. Recently, I went to a dermatologist about 2 growing spots on my body. It turns out that they were semi-benign tumors that could turn cancerous. I had them removed. I asked my longtime friend Amy, 30F, to be my support person as the surgeon required someone else take care of me. Amy is a very touchy-feely person and we're basically sisters. I felt that I needed affection. I did the surgery on a week where my husband would be away. It went smoothly. My husband noticed the bandages yesterday and asked if I got hurt. I had to tell him the truth and told him it was a small operation. He said that it was cruel of me to ask Amy instead of him. I told him I didn't want to burden him and he got even more irritated. My parents heard about this and told me that I did the right thing, but when I told my friends, they said it wasn't a whole move, especially to Amy who took a day off to help me. That first paragraph is so confusing, lol. So you love your husband and he's all those amazing things but also puts no effort into your relationship and didn't really want to marry you? What? Really weird, unhealthy that you don't feel like you can tell your husband about an operation you're having, regardless of who comes with you or not. Since I don't understand your relationship at all from that first paragraph, I have no idea who's out of line here, so my judgment is location flag. Hold the phone. You didn't even bother telling him? You are the asshole. If you can't trust your spouse to care for you or be there when you need surgery, then you probably shouldn't be married. INTA about taking your friend to the operation. But YTA for not even telling him about the operation. Am I the asshole for losing my temper at a massage? I've had a long few weeks at work, preparing for a huge pitch that happened today. I am exhausted and I just need to de-stress. As a treat, I bought a 2 hours full body massage for myself and my GF, full whale music and everything. Massage was great apart from the fact that my GF's masseuse insisted in engaging in constant conversation with my GF. Masseuse spoke Chinese, but speaks English well enough to know what I'm saying, as does my girlfriend, trilingual. At first, I gave a look of annoyance to my GF, indicating I was looking for peace and quiet. 10 mail later, I said, "Babe, the most relaxing bit of this is definitely you two chatting loudly, slightly passive-aggressive, I admit, but I was clearly annoyed and was trying to avoid confrontation." GF gave me a snarky reply, but I thought the point was made. Third time around, still loads of noise and I let out a loud sigh of annoyance. By this point, girlfriend has stopped responding but masseuse still chatting away. Fourth time, I say, "Babe, please, quiet reigns for 10 or so minutes," but then it reverts to normal. Fifth time rolls around and I've lost my patience. I snap and say to the masseuse, "If you two want to disturb something that just wants hibernate, can you please both fuck off to the zoo?" This did not go well. Everything went awkwardly quiet until the end of the massage, but girlfriend went apeshit after we left. Said I was rude. Masseuse was just happy someone she massaged was Chinese, etc. My argument was that I booked this to relax and distress and it was ruined by this constant chatting, in Chinese, a language I don't speak, and I gave 5 clear signals that I wasn't happy. She was still mad when we got home. I may be the asshole for overreacting, but this was my reward for myself and I brought girlfriend along who, in my opinion, contributed to it being ruined. So, Reddit, am I the asshole? Edit, on request. We've been to couples massages dozens of times. The base expectation on all of them is that we both chill and it's silent, bar the odd, "Are you okay?" if someone makes a noise in pain. GF had openly talked about how she was looking forward to me being able to relax post-meeting and that I deserved the massage after all the stress and work. She's also got annoyed at me before for having a conversation with my massage therapist, when there was no work stress context. Edit 2. I live in Asia. The word masseuse doesn't have any negative connotations here, so please don't take that phrase as derogatory. Never heard phrases like LMT or massage therapist before. That's only used in a sports physio context where I am. No offense meant. Edit 3. The zoo comment was referring to me. The bear who wants to hibernate. Plus, Singapore Zoo is about 150 mile from where we were. It wasn't racist or aimed at anyone in that context. Edit 4. After the comments, except that I was totally ought and should have said outright. Also took on board the comments around the nonverbal comms, particularly with the advice from those married for decades, and expecting her to know what I meant. Apologized to girlfriend and addressed that specific point about how I should have said it directly rather than a glance. She told me that she knew what the first look meant. She confirmed it wasn't an aggressive look or anything and that she told masseuse that we'd prefer quiet and the masseuse ignored her. That doesn't justify the subsequent escalation OFC, but wanted to clarify that she understood and had said something, as a lot of the comments are focusing on that point. You are the asshole. 5 times you tried to communicate, and 0 of them were in an adult way. Stop being a petulant child. You are the asshole. I'm missing the part here where you politely asked them to be quiet. You were all snark and fire from the very beginning. I can't imagine why they didn't respect the wishes that you never actually articulated. You are the asshole. First you weren't slightly passive-aggressive. You were completely passive-aggressive. You weren't avoiding confrontation, you were creating it. You are the complete asshole. Use clear language, I would like a massage without conversation. Instead you choose the nuclear option and insulted them. Signals aren't words. Next time you want a silent massage, either be clear up front or book a solo massage.